to our start of week technical analysis video. I'm going to be jumping straight into things here. So as you know, this blue vertical line represents the last point in which we left off in our last technical analysis video. And as you can see, if you remember from our last video, you remember that we marked in these two trend lines. So we found our point A and our point B for the top side trend line, and we dragged it into the future. As you can see, we had that break, which then invalidated our first trend line. Price did come back into that area, but as you can see, price fell through. The same thing for the bottom side trend line. We had our point A, point B, and we dragged it into the future. As you get again, as you can see, price surpassed this level, indicating to us that this trend line is now invalid. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and do our normal thing, but instead of marking it up on hour one, as there is not actually much information, as we don't have many candlesticks to go off of, we're going to go into our minute 15. Ignore these drawings down here. I can delete them in a short second, but what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab our path, and we're going to drag this and just sort of go over what's happened in this last few days. I say few days, this is our start of week technical analysis video. As you know, the distance in between this technical analysis and our end of week technical analysis isn't by much. However, I am doing this technical analysis video a little later than I normally would. Normally I'd get this done and posted by before London session starts. As you can see, the time is now 20 to 3, so we are well in the New York session. So as you can see, this is our path. This is what we can see. So as you can see, price fell after we neared after we came near to that 2700 level. Price broke back down, finding support at around the 2685 level, and then came back up and sort of consolidated around this area, finding support at this 2685 level before we had a significant break through our point of interest marked with this black horizontal line at 2680. Price then broke further and continued on. Price broke through the level of 2675 and then continued on down. As you can see, price is now finding support at around our 2663 PRY. For those that are just tuned in, PRY for us stands for point of interest. Just a little bit of a abbreviation for a longer word, just to keep things short and sweet. But as you can see, we are finding a somewhat of a support around this 2663 area, giving us a good idea as to why we are currently seeing these bullish retracements on the lower time frames. As you can see on the hour one, we have had sort of a waterfall pattern. We can see that the candlesticks have just been bearish. If I go to our higher time frame, go to hour 4, as you can see, the last 8 hours of the gold market have been bearish. That's the difference between entering the 2700 range and not entering the 2700 range. As you can see here and here, when price entered the 2700 range, we had at least a bullish rally for at least 100 pips each time. But as you can see, as it came close and sort of found resistance at around the 290 mark, 2690 mark, price is then fallen. So what could we potentially see this week? If we go onto our daily time frame, we go ahead and look. So as you can see, this day, like we just said, has been bearish. We're going to go ahead and zoom in for you here. What we could potentially see, if I grab my path, is this current candlestick that we can see here retrace and finish somewhere around our 2680 mark, entering and increasing the bullish volatility and volume inside the markets, with then the next few days being bullish. But for that to take place, we would need this candlestick to retrace in a bullish fashion, and finishing somewhere between the 2680 and the 2675 range. So that's a potential scenario we could see, and we could see price come up to near to the 2712 area and test this as either a resistance or a support. It's pretty certain that price will come to test this area as a point in the market which price will react to 100%, as it has in the past many times. This is the daily time frame. As you know, the higher the time frame, the stronger the information. So yeah, that's definitely a scenario. But as you can see, if I go down to our 4 hour, our 4 hour instead of the daily, as you can see, continuing on this bearish trend that we are seeing, we've had that strong resistance point here. where price found resistance at that 2690 mark, and price has come down to where it is now. The reason why a bullish scenario is definitely still possible is because, as you can see, price has tested on this area of 2663 many times in the past. As you can see, we've had it tested as resistance, support, resistance and support. So if price respects this level of 2663, we most likely will see a bullish continuation. However, if we see price break through this area either today or tomorrow, we most likely will see that bearish continuation with price surpassing that level of 2645. As of right now, with the current price action we are seeing, if I go to the minute 15 time frame, the most likely thing we will see is price respect this area of 2663, with price then continuing on in between this range of 2680 to 2675. Might see a break and retest pattern on this 2675 level before price then continues on to around that 2695 level where we tested before. That's pretty much it for this technical analysis. As you know, the distance in between our end of week and start of week isn't by much, therefore we don't actually have too much data to go off. It's more of just a refresh on what we could expect to see this coming week. As you know, we have our midweek technical analysis, which is a write-up instead of a video, where I will write up what has happened since our start of week technical analysis and what we could see for the foreseeable future. But yeah, so scenario and conclusion is for this technical analysis, if we see price to continue to respect this 2663 level as a support, price will most likely continue on bullish. If we see price fail at this 2663 level, if price comes back to test it again, most likely we'll see a bearish continuation with price surpassing the level of 2645. But bullish definitely more probable as of the price action, as of right now on the price action we are seeing, but bearish is always possible, especially as we are currently breaking structure. But yeah, that's going to be it for the start of week technical analysis video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Remember, we do read and reply to all the comments that you guys leave. It's very good feedback, and it's nice to know how you guys are finding these videos. If there's anything else for the next few technical analysis or all the technical analysis videos in the future that you'd like me to touch up on, I am going to be doing a live stream technical analysis video in the future at some point soon. There's also going to be a public VIP traders group for you guys just to talk amongst yourselves, and sort of talk about any problems you may have, talk about positive things, just talk about trading in general. So we're going to be running that soon as well, and there will be a course coming out in the foreseeable future. I don't think anytime soon, at least a couple months before we release that. However, there is going to be a lot more trading education videos and stuff that will help you along your trading journey very soon. So yeah, that's been me, Gold Signals. I hope you all have a good week, and peace.